And we are live. All right, guys, welcome everybody to After Game of Thrones. We're talking Season 8, Episode 2. And with me to discuss all the spoiler chats that we have going on is Seth here. You know, what's up? I got messed up right there with whoever had the background noise on.
That's okay.
I'm sure that who's that? I gotta know. You raised your hand? Okay, cool. All right, so our resident.
I'll take responsibility.
I'm glad. Our resident hater of Game of Thrones, Seth. What's up, bro?
Hate.
And also on the chat is the man who's still holding out hope for Daenerys to take over the throne. We got my brother on the chat, John. What's up?
I don't know. I think I might have changed sides tonight.
You gonna change sides tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah, she's I mean, she's not winning me over this season.
No, right?
She's so awesome too, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way though, you know. So this is a live chat, so we are going to be taking some questions from the chat. So let's see who is in the live chat right now. How many people do we got watching?
Just we got 7 watching and 1 in the chat. We have Luis Ramirez in the chat.
Luis, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Luis?
Do me a favor, guys, and share it out if you can.
Share it out.
And while that's going on, what you guys think about the episode?
Very dark and ominous.
Dark and ominous.
You know,
I felt like we got Dragon Ball Z for this episode. That's what I felt.
Yeah, it's still in the building. It's still in the building episode.
Yeah,
so
it still is. But you know, after last week's episode with the ending with the we have until sunrise. I was kind of holding out for a little bit of hope for a start of a fight, but I kind of figured this was what was going to happen. So.
Jason, I didn't change. I still do not like watching this show, but I do it because, I want to help my boys out. So,
hey man, I'm just happy that you're giving it a chance, bro. That's all I care about.
I did give it a chance. I watched the first 2 seasons and I couldn't get into it. I mean, obviously watching the 1-hour recap that Josh sent us, it skipped all the BS and it kind of intrigued me again. But these past 2 episodes have been pretty good. So I'm not saying I'm turning. It's maybe skewed maybe skewed my opinion a little bit.
I'm happy that you're giving it a second chance.
But I do, there are characters that I'm really watching that I'm watching, that I'm enjoying, like Tormund. That dude's freaking killing. Like you just said it before we went live. If that would be me if we lived in Westeros.
Exactly, that would be you. Me and my wife said that exactly when he came into the scene today. We were like, "That's Seth." Absolutely.
That was the what is it? No, you like boobies and dragons and death. Yeah, true. I do. I like all 3.
Yeah, I think you would have liked Daenerys' old beau, bro. I'm forgetting his name right now. George, help me out.
Daenerys' old beau?
Yeah, his dude.
Drago?
Drago, yes.
Thank you.
Drago. You would have liked Drago, too.
I mean, he saw Drago. If you saw the first 2
I
seasons.
saw Drago.
Yeah, he saw him.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's giving it a second chance. That's all I care about. So let's get into this right now. So we
left the chance.
We left the first episode of the season off with Jaime running into Bran. That's where it ended. And that was where we started out with Jaime being basically judged in front of the 3 leaders here at Winterfell. We had Sansa, we had Daenerys, and then we also had Jon. So what did you guys think about that? Was that satisfying to you guys? What did you guys think about that beginning?
It's funny how quick everyone was, how quick Tyrion was, and how quick what's her name? The tall chick, I forgot her name.
Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah, Brianna were very quick to come to his aid. And he was honest. He said, "Listen, this is what Cersei's plan is. This is what's going on." And he just basically laid it out on their table. And I felt like it was. I mean, I'm sure there is going to be some trickery or whatnot, but I felt like this was kind of like the beginning middle kind of felt like a redemption episode for him. Like it was for him to redeem all the wrongs that he was called out on in that meeting.
So you think he's being honest? You don't think he's faking it at all?
You know what? anything's possible. I mean, listen. I mean, when Cersei gives it up, I mean, hey, that's
she must have the gold.
I'm not feeling that. I think that he is on the good side. I don't think it's a lie. I think first of all, I think that Jaime has proven himself, at least to the audience. I mean, obviously to the people that he's running into right here, most of them he hasn't seen in a long time, and he's done many wrongs. He's been on the other side of the war. But what he said was true. This is a war. I did things, and it was because of the war that I did these things. But he's done a lot of honorable things throughout the show too. I'm rooting for the guy. I like Jaime. So even if he is messing with the sister, that's a bad character flaw.
Think he's gonna live?
I'm hoping, but I'm not certain. I don't think he's gonna live. I think he may die in the next episode.
I'm kind of leaning with George on this one. I mean, granted, not knowing the character all that well, but I do feel that there was a lot of sincerity in what he said, and I felt like he's turned that corner and he wants to do the right thing. I mean, basically, all these walkers are coming and storming the castle, and obviously before you die, which everybody thinks they're going to die, he wants to have that one chivalrous moment back to where he could say, "Hey, I ended this world on a good note," and I think that's what he's trying to do.
I think he's gonna die, like definitely. Like he's gonna basically give his life for somebody. I'm leaning towards that he's like turned a new leaf and wants to live an honorable life now, and versus just following the agenda. But yeah, he's still gonna die. Probably to try to save Brienne, most likely.
Right.
No. Whatever it is, I think we should give him a hand.
What did you guys think about the way Cersei was talking to him? The way because my opinion about it is that, man, she was. I'm sorry, not Cersei. Daenerys. Saying Cersei, and I'm interchanging this because I feel like Daenerys is being very Cersei-ish. Like I'm the rightful heir to the...
very cold and calculating. And
no. She's being very. I'm losing my thought for words here, but basically, I'm heir to this throne. Bow to me. That's how she's acting with these people, and her hatred for him, or the way that she's acting about it. I feel like there's nothing there for her to be like that about. She never knew her father. The one member of her family that she did know was an asshole, and tried to sell her off into slavery. So I can't see her having any love for that either.
But but according to her, they took what was rightfully her family.
Right. She was on the road, got sold to slavery, went through all that because her father died.
But her dad, in her own words, was cruel and evil.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still your father.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's still family, and family. Family blood is blood. Yeah. That's just how it is.
So you guys are okay with that?
Jaime and Tyrion never agreed with what their father was doing, but never sided against him.
Right. All right.
They kept it going.
Okay. I can see you guys' point on that. I still feel like she was being a little bit
rough. Ned being honorable is what screwed it all. He does, instead of lying a little bit or doing something that's a little wrong.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, he kind of lied a little bit, right? Not there, but overall. All right. So Jon was completely aloof in that meeting. He looked like he wasn't even there. Obviously, he was still trying to process in his head who he is. But Sansa,
his auntie, bro. He's an auntie. He's an auntie fucker, bro.
Sansa did. I feel like is. I like Sansa. I like Sansa's character.
I'm loving Sansa this season, bro. Sansa's winning me over a lot this season. I'm ready for her to be.
Another one who's very cold. She's become very cold, and
I don't feel like she's become very cold. Dude.
I think she's become cold, and I think it's more of a. I think it's more she's out for vengeance than.
I think she's more not like she's experienced now and just isn't a young child who's gullible or ignorant to the world, and is seeing things for what it is. Like, she, even just hearing that Cersei said that she was gonna send her army, she knew Cersei well enough to be like, nope, that's a lie, and if you believed it, you're stupid.
Yeah.
right? So that girl's been through so much over the years and she learned from the worst, bro. So now she's just protecting her home and not gonna let anything happen. So I love how she spoke to Daenerys and was like, "Yo, you know, okay, you're gonna win. What's your plan? And what about the North? Because we don't want to be under no rule."
Right.
So
Yeah, that was a very, very, very tense moment. It's like it's just funny though, because like I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, man, I'm like, all right, I'm like, maybe they'll finally make peace. Nope, that shit just went 0 to 60 and like that. What are you gonna do about the North, brother? And she was just like, ugh. It's like I was waiting for them to get into like a bitch slapping contest and just.
Well, it goes to show you that okay, so we've been, as viewers of this whole show, we have been rooting for Daenerys. And we've only seen Daenerys on that side of the world, and now she's coming into interaction with a lot of the other characters that we've been rooting for also. And what's coming out, at least is what they're showing here, is that Daenerys is really still mainly focused on, I just want the throne. I want to be on the throne. It doesn't matter, what happens to the rest of you, really.
you know what's interesting though?
So
The reason why we don't care, it's interesting how the reason why we rooted for her so much is because everybody that she was up against before were, seemingly bad people.
Yeah.
And you're okay with her being ruthless with them, and you're okay with, if she comes down and kills Cersei. But once she got to Westeros, it's there's a gray line. Not everybody is to blame. You can't just go in there, being ruthless, and and because of the whole oaths and honor thing, there are people that you don't necessarily have an issue with that have to fall behind another house that you do have an issue with.
Right.
Damn treaties.
Yeah, I feel like in my opinion, I feel like we're starting to see who Daenerys really is now, because she's interacting with these other people, and I just like even that interaction when what's his name, when Theon came back and he said that he wanted to fight for Winterfell. The reaction that I felt that Daenerys delivered at that point wasn't like sincerity. It was more of like jealousy in the way that she looked at the interaction between Sansa and Theon. Like you're supposed to be fighting for me, but now you're over here wanting to fight for this other girl, who isn't really following me either.
Well, gingers stick together.
Well, technically, he wasn't fighting for her. He was fighting for his queen, who his queen is his sister. No, his sister. So he never really pledged to her. He just follows, and he would have went back to that. No, he follows his queen, which is his sister, and his sister bent the knee to Daenerys. So you follow who your sister follows. That goes to the same thing with your houses. You pledge to follow a particular house, and if they have problems with anybody, you gotta go fight them, regardless of you really have an issue with them or not.
Right, exactly. But okay. So the question that Daenerys asked Theon was, where's your sister? My sister took the boats and went to go take back the Iron Islands in your name. She's like, and why aren't you with him? So she understands that you should be alongside your house. And he straight up said that, I didn't want to go over there. I wanted to come over here and fight for Winterfell. I think that struck a chord with Daenerys.
A jealousy chord?
Yes, because in her mind, this guy's willing to fight for these people out of love. This isn't a fight because, he's in the past couple of episodes has been kind of cowardly, right?
So until he fucked up that one, when he had
he came back. He came back badass.
He came back.
He did. He fucked up that one dude really bad.
He did. But
what is dead will never die, bruh.
True. So, I just feel like that's another scene there where we see Daenerys not acting like the good queen that we want her to be, right? And then of course there's that end scene where Jon tells her who he is, and I didn't really like the way that came off. What did you guys think about that?
Yeah, I thought it would have been at least in a little bit more of a dramatic fashion than because that's Game of Thrones. Everything's dramatic. So rather than just saying, hey, I'm such and such, and I'm the heir to the Iron Throne, and she just kind of having like that look on her face, like, no way, it can't be true. And she's like, let me get this straight. She's like, you're believing your best friend and your brother, and it's like at that point, that's when the wedge, the wedge starts to divide everybody. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think everybody, it's just going to be an internal battle at this point.
That's
John,
between,
what do you think, John?
John and everybody else. Between John, he's not looking. He don't care who's in power next. He's not even really, and Daenerys is, his sister worries about it. He's just focused on the moment. So.
Yeah, but who's to say that isn't, now that he has all this information, who's to say that isn't going to skew his opinion?
I don't think that would. I think John would stand behind her, but I think that it depends really on the way that she reacts to things. And like
I'm not gonna lie. I'd stand behind her too.
her major reaction there was mostly of denial, like she doesn't want to believe that that's true. And then her comment of that would make you the last heir of the Targaryens and rightful heir to the throne. She ain't happy about that either. So
well, she knows that she has to take a back seat if that's the truth.
See, but what kind of bothered me about it, and this I'm just looking at this from a from a comedic standpoint, not just thing. So I was hoping for more of the reaction of like, I'm fucking my nephew. And then obviously didn't get that, but that shit would have been funny as hell. Like, she would have been like, oh, well, I don't care if you're the kingdom. She's like, but man, fucking my nephew.
True. True.
That's funny, man.
That is funny.
No, dude, but like it's understandable that she's gonna react like that. Like I said, just like Sansa cares about what she's gonna do, and why she gets worried of Sansa because obviously these are people that you're meeting that command loyalty, right? And you want them to essentially follow you. She still hasn't earned it yet. Like even her going in there to talk to Sansa was, kind of on the fakish side. Like even when she's touching her hand, Sansa's looking at her like, all right, I peeped that. Like this is all. This is all your play to be nice. That's all good. But she's gonna see the reality of it, and then like her reaction to John, is like, oh my God, if they're right, she immediately goes to the threat of her overall goal, and she made that part was the truth of what she said to Sansa. It was like, yo, I've had one ambition since I was a little girl of getting to the throne, so anything that jeopardizes that, is obviously going to affect you. But what I don't like about it, she's so quick to want to essentially, you're against me, so I got to kill you.
Yeah,
that's how she treats Tyrion.
And that's why I feel like she's probably not going to be, well, I want to say a just queen. I don't think that's how she's going to be. I think that she wants to be good with the people, but I think that her want for that throne outweighs everything else. So I think that's where she's going to be coming at, Whereas John is the other way around. John is about his people before himself, and that's why I feel like John is more of a just and honorable person.
That's why it'd be good to have like both of them. You do like because the problem with like the Johns and the Neds of the world is that there comes a time where it's the greater good, and these guys always want to do what's always
honorable,
good.
Right? Yeah, they're too one-sided, right? Everything's black or white.
We're looking for balance in the Force.
So you need a little bit of both. So.
Yeah.
But Arya, man, Arya's a little fucking badass, dude.
What do you think about Arya? All right, first of all, when in the last episode, Arya gave Gendry some plans to make her super weapon.
Make her a super weapon, yeah.
Yeah, so
I knew it was just going to be a staff, bro.
We got the staff, so I think the staff is going to be able to separate and give her like two wielding batons. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, is going to happen because the plans look like it was separating.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see the weapon. I also like the way that she came in there and told him that I know death. It has many faces, and she's throwing the blades into the wood. That was kind of dope.
She was just straight up. She's like, "You made my weapon yet?" And he's like, "Nope."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Well, fuck you then." And then she just starts throwing the freaking the daggers into the.
Yo, that's how you seduce a blacksmith, bro.
So, and they had sex, right?
Yeah, she was quick to give that shit up too.
Well, I mean, they'd known each other before, so it really wasn't like quick. I think she was attracted to him before all of this happened. So that's kind of like just the end result of all this. But you know, she thinks that this is going to be the end of the world. She wants to know what that feels like. She got it over with. So,
no, the best was the cutscene afterwards where he's sleeping and she's kind of like lying on her side, like, "What the hell did I just do?"
I always find it funny. I always find, how many girls you been with? You better name it right.
Yeah.
She didn't know about the.
She didn't want to be with no dirty dick.
What she didn't know was the rule of 3, bro. She still don't know about it. He really won, bro. He really only got one.
Zero for every year.
She don't know about the rule of 3.
I'm surprised they even show because how old is she actually? How old is she?
I don't know how old she is. I don't think that's her body. I think it's probably a double.
I was about to say, man, because you saw some side boob and you saw a little bit of
booty crack.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just like, wow. I was like, okay. I was like, isn't she like too young to be, showing shit off? But I guess not.
Hey, Jason says she's over 20, bro.
No, I guess if there's grass on the field, play ball.
Man, that's a little younger than 20.
Yeah, so another thing that was said, back to the thing with Jaime not possibly dying in the next episode. That whole talk that he had with Bran by the weirwood, where he's asking him why did he not let it out that he pushed him out from the tower, and he's like how do you know we're going to survive? How do you know we're all going to survive this at the end, right? But the way he said it just is cryptic. I feel like Jaime's probably going to bite the bullet on the next episode.
Yeah, but then it's like, that's the weird part, though. If you know he's going to die being there, then why do you need him there?
Well, maybe because he's there to fight at a certain point, other things don't happen. So it's kind of like, this is the path to get to where he wants it to be, or what the truth that he sees.
I don't think he's going to die yet. I don't think he's going to die as quick as you guys think he's going to die. I think he's going to be one of the last characters to die off. But he is going to die, but just not right now. I think obviously Bran being Bran, the teller of all fortunes, he was able to he's able to foresee things, obviously, and he probably, one of the things he foresaw was Jaime's death, but now he's not telling him how he's going to die, but he basically said, "Hey, you're going to die."
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I think that's why he went ahead and was like, "Hey, you know what? Another night, a night can night, and to make a person a knight." And I think that's why he did that for her.
Yeah, what about that, dude? Is that even possible? I mean, a knight.
According to him, it was. So.
And then I like how he says, "I could prove it right now." So I'm like, "What did you really prove?" I'm like, "It's not like some like one." He just did it. No, I'm just saying, it's not like you could really prove anything. It's not like after he knighted her, like there was some glowing light that shone upon her, and then like some power up or some shit that happened.
What are you talking about, man? According to Orlando Bloom, bro, if you make someone a knight, they fight better.
Okay, is that which movie was that from? I'm trying to
Kingdom
think.
Ahead of.
Yeah, I said it was Kingdom Ahead. All right.
But the freaking dude. Again, going back to that dude, Tormund. Fucking that guy that guy's. I think that's my favorite character on the show.
He's one of my favorite characters. Yeah,
he's sitting there. He's telling the story about how he slayed the giant, and he's like, "I went and crept into his wife's bed, and he's like, I suckled on her teat." And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
That whole conversation that happened, that awkward conversation that happened. The minute he told that story, I thought about you, Seth. The minute he told that story,
but you know what? But in reality,
it's not Seth's story.
No, but the best part is that I was sitting on the couch and Melissa was actually watching it with me. And to God is my witness, Melissa goes, "That would be you."
What's Robert Hendrickson just stated that Jaime will kill Cersei first. That would be interesting, bro. It'd be interesting if Bran, from the last show, Bran ends up killing Tyrion, and then Jaime, because of that, kills Cersei.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But I did like Tyrion's comment about it'd be, if the one comfort that he has is that he'll probably die here from the from the White Walkers, and that it
Not
robs
from
Cersei.
Cersei.
But then he's like, if I do die from these White Walkers, I
Yeah.
hope I come back, march down there, and kill her too. So,
That'd be
that was
interesting.
pretty funny.
No, the thing he said was funny too. He's like, I always envisioned myself dying 80 years old with a glass of wine in my hand and then a woman's mouth.
Yeah, that's something he would say.
That was fucking great.
See, all of these moments happen in the show set. This is why you should go back and watch the other episodes. All that stuff that you say, hey, cut through all the bullshit and everything. This is the stuff that's in the show.
Yeah.
Jesse's like Seth Sugar Bear Bane.
Sugar Bear Bane. Oh, that's a good one.
Bane. Dude, yeah, that show, dude, that guy, that guy Tormund. You know what? I might actually go out now and try to find his pop and get it because I like that guy so much.
You should, bro.
All right, truths in the episode. Do you think that Cersei's told Jaime the truth about the baby? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, man. I think she's gonna say it's Euron's kid now too.
True. Yeah, I think that might happen. That probably will happen. It's probably the reason why she slept with him.
You want a whore, buy a whore. You want a queen.
That woman is plotting.
She's always plotting, dude. She's 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Seriously,
Hey.
that's why Sansa's so awesome, bro. Because she took that from her.
Yep.
Learn how to play some chess.
All right. So we got into Tormund already. So that leaves. You guys watch what next episode is going to be. Do you think we're going to get Dragon Ball Z again, or we're going to get the actual battle next time?
No, I think we're gonna get Dragon Ball Z.
I think this episode starts the battle, but I don't think we're really going to see anyone die till the 4th episode.
Really?
I feel like no one of importance is going to die till like the 4th episode.
Will the White Walkers reach the castle in time? Will Daenerys ever feel the same way she felt about Jon? And Arya lost her virginity. Turn into the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Ha ha! It's like I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's just going to be another build up episode. I think the episode is going to end with.
Yeah, bro. Because
I agree with you, John. I think the battle's not going to start until the 4th.
There's only one. Yeah, there's. You said there's 7 episodes total or 6 episodes total.
It was 6, I think.
Yeah. So. That means, and it's only really one big battle, bro. So, yeah, I think a lot of this is build up, and they just got there. So obviously the next episode there's gonna be the start of the battle, but I think it's gonna be a little bit of because we're still got to see the dragons go at it. I don't think anyone's gonna die yet.
They didn't show the Night King.
The Night King even there yet. Night King even there.
On the dragon. So. That's something that's got me kind of curious to figure out because they remember that Bran is going to be used as bait. So Bran's going to be by the weirwood, and
to draw the Night King out.
We're going to have Theon and some of the the Ironborn are going to be there close vicinity to protect them. I believe that we're going to have Daenerys on the dragon, probably Jon on a dragon, and they're supposed to be near. Around where Bran is going to be to protect him from the Night King, but they need the Night King to get in there in order for them to try to kill the Night King.
And the other thing too is they were talking about how they weren't sure if Dragonfire would be able to kill the Night King.
True.
So they'll be giving like aerial support, on top of Bran. But again, man, I think that it's just funny though because like I got that weird feeling like if you kill the Night King, they all just go away.
That's what's going to happen if they.
But which is stupid.
Why?
I think that's stupid. I think there should be, they should have the war. They should all, beat the White Walkers and then obviously kill the Night King. I just don't think that killing the Night King and then everybody just dropping is the way to end that. I think that's kind of a shit cop out in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
they're not going to show that.
I think the reason why they want to kill I think Bran dies when the Night King dies. I think
I got another theory about that too. I'm not totally certain anymore that Bran is the
I feel like it's possible that the Three-Eyed Raven back then is who took over the man, that they turned into the Night King. They even get him there, right? Like he basically so they can bind him, right? And then when they that's why he's been going after the Three-Eyed Raven for this whole time, because that's the only thing that can control him.
Well, I read something the other day that made me change my thoughts about that. I mean, it's still possible that Bran could have gone back then and warged into him a little bit. So
I'm not saying it's Bran. I'm saying it's Three-Eyed Raven.
What I'm saying is that I feel that I think that that the Night King is really just one of the Starks or a descendant of the Starks. In the books, from what I was reading up on some of the synopsises over the last week, so they talk about a character called the Night's King, not the Night King. And the Night's King was a Stark that sacrificed little kids to the gods, and then he was chased out north of the wall. So I feel that it's possible that that character is probably this character in the story. So I have a feeling that he is a Stark. I just don't think that it's the Stark that we think. So that's my theory about it anyway. All right. So it does show that the battle is going to start. I think there's going to be a battle on the next episode. Yeah, I think you may be right that it may span 2 episodes.
Before anyone important dies.
But I think, because next episode is still going to be one of the 60-minute episodes, right?
Because now you have, 4 people with Valyrian steel at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everybody's all armed with the dragon glass, so it doesn't make a difference.
Well, no, the Valyrian steel is the only thing that can...
Valyrian steel and dragon glass.
And dragon glass.
Both.
Well, no, dragon glass can kill the dude, but Valyrian steel is the only thing that stands up to the White Walker swords, because the White Walker swords were just crushing everybody else's shit, right? And it was Valyrian
I don't
steel.
think they got that detail about it. I think it was just the dragon glass and the Valyrian steel can beat them.
Yeah, I think
I'm saying yes. The dragon glass and Valyrian steel can injure a White Walker, right? But if you notice, there are heads of the white that are like call it general White Walkers. Right?
They're called White Walkers. The people that they make are called Whites.
Okay, cool. The White Walkers then, on the horses, they have these ice weapons. Mm-hmm. And if you remember back in the previous seasons when they would fight people with normal swords or normal anything or other weapons, those things would crush those other weapons. And so even the dragon glass is still on a wooden stick or on a steel thing. It's at the tip of it, right? Yeah. So they'll be able to crush those weapons that someone's holding. And if someone does touch them with dragon glass, it can hurt them. But we haven't never really seen dragon. Oh yeah, we did.
We don't.
They still have to stick them with the dragon glass, but the Valyrian steel is the only real weapon that can stand up to their ice weapons.
I don't think that's totally certain. I think the dragon glass may be able to stand up against their weapons as well. It just depends on the weapon. You're talking about a sword versus a staff.
But they have these ice swords. No one has these ice swords. They got little edges on their weapons.
Well, they've got spears and arrows and daggers and
they could probably cut through the wood, just like it could cut through the hilt of a sword as well. I mean, I think the dragon glass could probably hold up to their swords as well.
So Jason's asking, what was the deal with Sam giving up his sword?
Yeah, so I think it's because Sam's not a fighter, and I thought that was kind of cool that he gave it to Mormont. It's because his father gave the sword to Jon, so that's kind of cool that he's getting a Valyrian sword anyway,
Right.
That's kind of.
I thought it was funny when John's friend from the wall was freaking making fun of Sam. He's like, "The world is coming to an end." He goes, "Sam, the White Walker killer,
lady lover,
slayer of women."
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a pretty cool scene as well. Yeah, what was your favorite scene of this episode? I know this episode was kind of more of just.
My favorite scene was Sansa, going, showing her wits with Daenerys, bro, and not letting not letting her try to bullshit her with kindness. I love that.
My favorite part was when the people from the Night's Watch and Tormund showed up, and Jon was like making a beeline to go hug his buddy, and then freaking Tormund just comes in and just like tackles him, and he's like, "You've made it." And then when he was drinking the milk from the horn, that shit was funny as hell too. So.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
Is the giant one still here?
Yeah, he's great. He's always good for that comedic relief. Man. He's good.
Do you think he ever gets Brienne? If they win, do you think he gets Brienne?
I was so hoping he was gonna peg her tonight when they're like, when he was like, everybody's like, oh, this is the last night we could all be alive. And like, he just kind of gave her that look, and she kind of looked at him, and she's like, well, I'm glad you're here. And he's like, oh, he's like, so you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly, right?
He is pretty funny, man. He's hilarious. He tells that whole story like it's supposed to, like, turn her on or something.
Yeah.
Did you know why they call me, Giant Spain?
He's like, I could suck on a tit forever.
Yeah. For 3 months.
Said, but
for 3 months.
Oh,
it was like, no, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's funny.
What about you guys in the chat? What do you guys think about this episode? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So next week we got episode 3. This is going to be, I think, the last of the 60-minute episodes, and then we're going to move into 80 to 90-minute long episodes.
80 and 90 minutes.
So I'm enjoying it, man. I did feel this episode dragged a little bit, and I was kind of
it was a filler episode.
Yeah,
like
I get
what I like to call it.
It was still bringing in certain characters. You still had to bring in characters and get them and get everyone their weapons that they needed. You still needed all that part for the battle to begin. I think the battle's going to begin. They're going to be able to fend themselves off because now they have some weapons that can handle it. So they're going to win the initial battle because essentially they need to bring out that Night King. That Night King's only coming out if they're winning a little bit.
I had a real big fear going into the previews for the next episode that they were gonna on the next episode solely focus on King's Landing and what was going on down there. Because they do that on some of the shows, or they totally miss out on what was going on and then bring it back after that episode. But it looks like they're not going to do that, so I'm happy about that. Overall, I felt like this was just a growing episode. The filler to get to the battle and setting up some more relationships. So I think all that was done really well. And I'm excited to see the next episode. I want to see what's going to happen. Definitely excited to see Arya get into a fight, man. I think it's going to be dope.
I definitely feel that someone is going to die next week. Mm-hmm. As far as the level, the level of the character is, I'm not sure. Like if it's going to be like one of the main characters, or it's going to be a supporting character.
The only potential person could be is Grey Worm. I feel like the only potential person it's going to be is like Grey Worm. I
don't think so. I think Jaime could die in the next episode, maybe at the end.
But you think who?
I think Jaime could die on the next episode, maybe at the end.
Nah.
I think that may be where you cut it off on that.
I mean, as much as I don't want Jaime to die, I kind of after talking it out with you guys and everything, I kind of feel like maybe that's where it is leaning to, because I felt like this episode was kind of maybe like a send-off episode. Like I said, it was more of like a redemption, like a redemption episode for him in the beginning. So he's got he's made peace with everybody. He wants to know, he told everybody how he felt, and they told him how he felt, and and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and send it off, and that's it.
Jason asks, why is he called Grey Worm when he has no worm? That's funny.
Master Hoarder is saying, I think Jaime will also be the Queen Slayer.
The Queen Slayer.
And then we got Venno is saying Seth, yes, giving the thumbs up. So at least we got one person who enjoys my my type of thinking. So thank you.
Nah, I definitely don't think it's gonna be for Tyrell Reed. I definitely don't think it's gonna be anybody that has a Valyrian steel sword. No, none of them are dying this episode. On the next episode.
I guess we'll find out, right? We'll find out. I'm glad they're not taking any breaks.
A week's time.
So we'll find out. One more week until we got the battle. So I'm
I wonder if Vegas is taking betting odds.
They are, I think. They actually, the highest odds I think is with Bran ending up on the throne. That's what the bet is.
Oh, that's what Vegas is saying.
Your best odds, yeah. They're saying that Bran is going to end up on the throne. I hope not.
That's only if he loses the power of the Three-Eyed Raven. If that'd be the only way that occurs, as long as he remains the Three-Eyed Raven, then he won't take part in something like that. But I did read that, I think it was, I forgot where I read it, but I was reading that some fan theory where they're talking about that sign, the symbol that the Nightwalkers make, and how it's reminiscent of a tree, one of those.
Well, he was killed at the tree, is what it was. He was killed when the Night King was transformed to the Night King. He was killed at that tree, and then there was all the rocks and everything were laid out in that symbol, and it had something to do with the.
And then the symbol is where they made a treaty with man. Right, the symbol is where they made a treaty with man, and that's under one special tree, right? And if they burn down that tree, then that's where all the magic originates from, right? And if they burn down that tree, all the magic is gone. So the Night King would lose his power, and obviously so would Bran may lose his power as well.
Man, but okay, if that's true and that's what's going to happen, the White Walkers are at the doors of Winterfell. How in the hell are they going to make it all the way across the wall and to that tree to destroy it? Because that's where that tree exists. It's on the other side of the wall.
No, not the tree, not that tree. It's a different tree.
It's the tree that he was killed at.
No, I think the tree isn't on the wall. I think the tree is closer to where the dragon glass is.
Okay, well,
because and also the same fan theory was showing how that symbol is very similar to how the dragon symbol looks as well.
Yeah, but the only reason why my theory about that is that that when the Targaryens came to the land, the head of the Targaryens, can't remember the first one, he went down into the crypt, and those symbols all existed down there before they made it to Westeros. They didn't even have a symbol when they made it to Westeros. So it's possible that he went down there, he saw a bunch of the pictures, it's like, I like that, I like that, I like that. Let's make this our house sigil,
Jason is saying that the forest, the children of the forest made that sign.
Yes, the children of the forest made that symbol. That's part of that thing.
But they also made the Night King, and it's that their magic stems from somewhere.
Right. So
Jesus loves the little children.
So by that theory, if every Night Walker dies, if the Night King dies, then because his magic is what keeps them alive, then whatever magic made the Night King, if that's destroyed, then technically the Night King dies as well, or his power dies.
See, and that's why I hate. And that's why, and this is why I hate that shit. They're trying to build up to such an epic fight, and the game plan just seems so simple: corner the Night King and kill him. I mean, it's like, come on.
It's not that simple. So I don't know. You'd have to see the other episodes for me to have that kind of discussion with you, Seth. Because I feel like they have not let me down on any one of these episodes yet.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just giving my opinion. It's just that I feel, with all the epic build up to this fight, and just for it to end with one swift blow to kill the Night King is just like, okay, clearly we didn't put enough thought into this.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Not by any means. Yeah. Knowing John, he's going to attempt to sacrifice himself to kill the Night King.
Yeah. You can see what happens.
That is this dude's nature, bro. I'm gonna go run into. That's true. I'm gonna go run into a crowd of men running at me, and survive somehow.
Jason is saying, I think the three-eyed raven is connected to the Night King, who also might be the Night King.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if, okay, maybe it's not necessarily that Bran is the Night King, but the three-eyed raven is what was able to control that, create the Night King, right? What allowed that to happen. So that's why he's always been going after whoever the three-eyed raven is. And the three-eyed raven just passed his abilities on before the Night King got a chance to kill him with the powers in him. And that's why he wants to go after Bran.
Maybe. Like I said, we won't find out till next week. All right. So, overall, did you guys enjoy the episode?
Yeah, I thought it was a very entertaining.
My episode. It's my Sunday night. What I live for the next few weeks, bro. Sunday night, bro. Yeah. Got my GLT Oreos, bro. Snacking on that and some milk while I'm watching my channel.
You found them? I found them too. We had a couple while we were watching the show as well. All right, cool. So we'll do this again next Sunday, right after episode 3. So stay tuned for all of that. We will come back at you with another episode, more episodes this week. We got that Geek Show tomorrow, and we got Seth's Pop Hunts on Tuesday. So those are your next 2 episodes to watch. Thanks for hanging out with us for this episode of Game of Thrones Chat.
Or as we like to call it, After the Throne.
The After the Throne. We appreciate it. And until next time, guys, keep it marvelous.
Keep it marvelous.
Boom.
Later.